Hey guys, thought I'd do a update on this 1971 C10 truck that I have, my wife and I named Big Turd because it just looks like a big turd. And that's the name that's kind of stuck on it, at least it is for now. Thought I'd show you a few updates that my wife and I's done to it. Uh, we took those big mirrors off and put these on that I had. These are all my stuff is used stuff. I'm a man on a budget, and if you keep up with my channel and you like cheap stuff, well, this is it. Uh, I got a mirror on both sides, believe it or not. I had two, and that's all I've got. So I stuck them on. I was looking at the other videos, and my friend pointed out too that this headlight bezel was on wrong. So I fixed it, turned it around, and it fits good now. Just little things. I mean, you get to looking at it, especially when you're in my position and you see some of the things that needs to be done that wasn't done correctly by the previous owner, I guess. I've changed the steering wheel out. It was all cracked. If you look at my other videos, it's all cracked up and is in pretty sad shape. So changed that out, and this came off my 78 C10 I call Old Dookie. Stuck it on here and it looks much better. I've had this steering wheel a long time, and I don't know if you can see it or not, but I'll try to hold the camera. Maybe you can see some scratching in here, and after a closer inspection, I thought, what is that? It looks like it spells something. It actually, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it spells jerk. So I don't know. Anyway, I don't know how it got on there or what. But anyway, I've had this on several old trucks, and whenever I sell an old truck, I always tell whoever buys it that, if they want to take off any parts or anything, to holler at me, that I might be interested in them. Well, the guy I sold the truck to did. He called me up and said, hey, I'm going to take such and such and such off the truck, and would you be interested in it? And I said, well, yeah, I'll just buy it back. So got my steering wheel back. I've had this on 2 or 3 vehicles. Uh, got my rear view mirror hanging up. It was laying in the seat. Got my light that was dangling down. Got it fixed where it won't fall down. Let's see, what else have I done? Quite a few things. I'm gonna take this radio out. I believe it's a Chrysler radio, and of course it doesn't work. And I'm gonna take it out. And I've got my, as I said just for a joke, got my wasp nest. To me, it kind of makes the old truck look like it's been sitting so long that the waspers have built nests in it. Anyway, I just stuck that up there. I just like to have fun to kind of match the truck where it kind of looks like it's been sitting for a while. I know I'm strange. Last night, my wife and I kind of done a little bit of a inventory, small inventory. We've decided to, well, we did. We ordered new inner and outer rockers. Ordered some cab corners and some bracing, and ordered a new dash pad. We ordered a black one in color, and we got all these items from Summit. I normally get all my parts from Summit. They're real good people to deal with, and you get your parts really quickly. I haven't had an issue with Summit yet. They do what they say they're going to do, and they said it'd be 1 to 2 business days, so it might be here today or it could be here tomorrow. But I never have took one of these dash pads off. I see that they're screws, but down through here, but I never have put one on or off. But I ordered black. I know this is green, or it used to be green. I was thinking that maybe I could take the black one off the 69 C10, the step side one that you've seen in videos of maybe about a week or so ago. I was thinking about taking that dash pad off and putting it on here, and taking the new dash pad and putting it on the 69 C10, just because I think it'd look better on there. But we'll see. Anyway, as I said, I'm going to take this radio out. I'm going to have a big old hole here from this where somebody's really done a number cutting out on the dash. I'm going to see if my friend Tim Dixon at Gas Axe Chop Shop, check him out. Gas Axe Chop Shop on Facebook. Axe is spelled A-X-E. He's a really outstanding guy, and I really enjoy talking to him and hanging out with him, and he knows his stuff. I'm going to see if maybe he'll just weld me up a little blank plate or something that looks better than this radio. They done a whole lot of work in order to, whoever had it, to gum it up. And I hate they done that, but there's nothing I can do about it. It's this way when I got it. Same as the floor shifter. I'd rather had it on the column. I've said that before, I think, but the shifting, I mean, it would have been a 3-speed on the column. But somebody had already done this, so that's the way love goes. And this is an old truck anyway, so got a lot of stories to tell. Let's see, what else have I done? Of course, cleaned all the glass, and that looks a whole lot better. I'm looking around here. Oh, okay. I'll show you this right here. First of all, I'll show you what I done yesterday, just messing around. This bumper was basically all brown. You couldn't really tell too much, so kind of got some old, I think it was just some old primer paint, just kind of spritzed it or whatever with a little bit of primer paint and kind of scuffed it up there a little bit where you can kind of tell it's got a bumper. Oh yeah, and my wife, I'm glad I seen this. My wife has ordered a new taillight lens and new reverse light lens and, let me see, turn signal lens for this old truck. Now I know you're thinking, why would you do that? Well, number one, I'm a nut, and number two, I think my wife is a nut too. We're kind of both the same. But anyway, just kind of brighten it up. I'm going to try to find maybe a better bumper. If I can't find one, hey, this would be great. I'm just glad to have a bumper. But if I can find one that's maybe not been up so bad, I might, put the new lens in there and kind of make it look a little bit more complete and not as bad as what it's looking now, but I like it. Oh yeah, this gas tank comes from Summit too. I can't say enough good things about Summit as far as I'm concerned. They've been really helpful and they do a good job. Let's see. I was going to show you this too. Oh yeah, I got my window cranks put on. This one didn't even have one. And that one, I think, fell off sometimes when you shut the door. So I thought I had hang on just a minute, I'll show you this. Okay, it took 2 hands to open that, but let's see. This window crank and this one that I was going to put on here that I thought was good, it's actually it's wore out and it won't roll the window down. The little I don't know what's wrong with me today. There's little grooves in here and they're wore out, and so I thought, well, I'll put this on. I thought I'll knock this out and screw it onto this, but they're both stripped out. It wouldn't roll the window down, so all I had was this door handle. So I put it on now, just so I could roll the window down. At least it's something. And boy, I sure am glad I got this little tool. I got it yesterday from the help section at our local parts store, AutoZone. Went to that. Got some new taillight bulbs, and that's at $3.50 of them. I'm going to paint it back black. All in here, paint it black. This truck, I was going to tell you too, I think this truck came with a radio delete because it does not say anything about having a radio. This was a really, really cheap model. Painted rear bumper, green vinyl trim, heavy duty rear spring, and it's white in color, and that's all it had. So it's just as it says right here, the base model. So, and my wife put this glove box liner in. I was wanting to brag on that. She done a good job. She's a real good little helper, and I'm glad to have her. Now when my buddy Tim, he said he's swamped right now, so it might be a couple of weeks or so before he gets to this old Big Turd truck. But I'm going to take all this rubber up and I'm going to try to save it and reuse it. Maybe fix it a little bit better, because I want things to kind of match the truck a little bit. I know it sounds crazy, and as I'm talking, I'm thinking, what is wrong with you? But I'm going to try to use this same rubber mat unless I run across one that's a little better shape, which wouldn't take much now, would it? But if I can find one a little better shape, hey, that's great. My wife put some modern conveniences on here, and I really do like that wasp nest. Whenever I go to a cruising or something, or when I used to go, I don't do too much anymore except stay home. But I used to get a lot of comments about that wasp nest. But I guess I'm gonna take that radio out and stuff. And oh, dang, that's the reason I opened the door. I can't remember anything. In my first videos, or first video, I should say, I had this rubber was hanging down from the door, just hanging down, you know, wouldn't stick to nothing. And all this up in here was rusty. So what I done last night before I called it a day is I went and got me some of this painter's tape, and you can still see remnants of it, and got me some Gorilla Glue, and I glued it up there. Got me some Gorilla Tape and glued it. And I don't know, maybe it's just my imagination, but you might want to try this yourself. But I used this glue instead of the clear. Now the reason I done that was because I've used this glue here before, and of course I've used this, but I've used this glue here before, and it seems like it kind of expands a little bit as it dries, kind of like that spray foam stuff in a can if you're trying to fill up a hole or whatever for insulation or whatever. I don't know who's singing in the background. One of my neighbors must be really happy. But anyway, if you've got something like this whole edge up in here was just rusty, and I was trying to get it to stick to something, just something. And you can see how it gets. It kind of looks like that spray foam stuff there a little bit. Anyway, I need to get that down, but I will here in a minute. But anyway, I just put Gorilla Glue all down in here, best I could, to try to get it to stick, and it's on there. So I'm a big fan of Gorilla Glue, and if you're in the same shape I'm in, where you don't have a whole lot to stick to, I would suggest using this Gorilla Glue, the original. If you don't want it to expand or anything, I always use this. They both hold really, really well. But I just remember this right here will just kind of hold it in place, and in a bond, this kind of expands a little bit. So, and it'll grasp onto anything you want it to grasp onto. That's my opinion, and I think I'm right. Okay, I know there's some more I was wanting to tell you, and as I said, I just make these videos a lot of times just for my own personal reference, because just to see how much progress you make on doing anything. I'll be so glad when my buddy Tim gets to put them rockers and stuff in, because that one on the driver's side, a lot of times I had to take a little bit of a hammer to it there yesterday, and because every time I was getting in and out of the truck, I was cutting myself on the back of my leg. And my wife said, "Did you know you're scratching your leg?" And I said, "No, I didn't." But anyway, make a long story short, I think I might have solved that problem. Anyway, just a little update, and as I said, just for my own personal reference. And I know this truck is supposed to be white on the outside and green on the insides there, the trim. But I'm considering maybe painting it blue. I don't know yet. There's a whole lot of plans, and they change about every 5 minutes in my head. So we'll just kind of go with that. Anyway, I'm long-winded. I'll end this video. And oh, I meant to tell you this too. I thought this was kind of appropriate for 4th of July. My wife found this in the seat. I don't know where it come from, but it's laying in the seat for the antenna. And I thought, well, man, that's kind of nice for 4th of July coming up tomorrow. This is July 3rd. So anyway, you know, I wasn't even going to put a radio in this, but somebody's already put an antenna on it. And so I guess if I put a radio in it, it's not going to hurt anything now. If I can get Tim to kind of maybe weld a little piece of metal in there or something, or we'll come up with something. Anyway, if you want to keep up with the progress on this truck or any of the other trucks that I fool around with, or cars, please subscribe, leave a comment. Words of encouragement to me are pretty good. And you know, if you can, share my videos to somebody. I'm trying to get more subscribers, and I know I talk too much. My wife said that's my biggest problem. I talk too much, and a lot of times she says I say the same thing, and I apologize for that. Anyway, I appreciate you watching the video. Y'all have a good day. I'm having a great day, awesome day, and I'll see you later.